Welcome to Make Your Mark podcast, where guests share their experiences, insights, and tactics to help you accelerate your business. So building, scaling, and monetizing your business is made easier. And I will be your host, Kay Suthar. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Make Your Mark podcast. And oh my goodness, I have an exciting guest for us today. Her name is Donna Mitchell. She has been fortunate to achieve 2 impressive careers in her lifetime. She dedicated 22 years to the US Airways, currently known as American Airlines, as change agent with significant breadth and depth of experience. She believes that personality, humor, and a keen eye of dependencies enabled her to interact effectively with international cross-functional teams. Please welcome Donna Mitchell, who believes that life, health, wealth, and career can be reimagined and redesigned. Please welcome her on stage. Oh my goodness, Donna, I'm so excited for you to be here today.
Oh my goodness, Kay, I'm so glad you invited me to be on your podcast. This is just going to be so exciting, and thank you so much. I've heard so much about your podcast, how great you are, your whole program, and I just feel really honored to be here with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, Donna, we have known each other for quite some time, and we've had several different conversations, and the kind of things that you have gone through, the ups and downs, and how you've embraced them, right? To be where you are right now in business and helping so many other people in so many other different ways. I knew I had to have you on the show. It was an absolute must, right? And so just so people get an idea of who you are and your background and where you've come from with things that you've done, I would love for you to just tell people, what you've done. Right? The kind of the ups and downs that you have faced, right? That you have been able to kind of embrace and keep going, motivate yourself, because we all know as entrepreneurs, business owners, it doesn't happen a click of a finger. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that we all go through. So please share with our audience today a little bit about your background.
Well, my background is a lot of ups and downs for sure, just like most people in life. Maybe I had a little bit more than some, but somehow I've been blessed to move through them. But at the end of the day, I had a really, really wonderful career with then US Airways, now American Airlines, for 22 years. That in itself was an accomplishment because there were quite a few reorganizations during that time period. But with training, with a lot of resilience, being able to survive the different climates, all the different dynamics that take place in corporate America, especially being a woman, it enabled me to really move forward and meet those challenges and overcome. But beyond that, once we did move into in the US 9/11 and getting displaced for a while, that was more the time where I really had to get creative, think out of the box, shift some skill sets, and really look at my life and how to redesign it, or what I call move between the cracks, because it was very, very competitive at that time. Moving forward from there, I go into another career, another industry. So at the end of the day, survival skills, creativity, resilience, and perseverance, I think are some of the keys that give people the success to move forward and not stay on the pity pot.
Oh my goodness. You mentioned so many key points there already, Donna, right? I've got so many questions for you there. So, you mentioned resilience and perseverance and just keep going because, you face so many different obstacles. And in fact, there's one of the obstacles that you've already mentioned to me off camera. Right, off camera. Yeah, we are going to give people a sneak peek
Okay.
of what you mentioned off camera, right?
That could be a lot, Kay. We talk a lot. I've told you a lot.
You did. But I guess one of the obstacles that you faced, right, especially in the corporate world, right, because you have done so many different things in the corporate world, is I remember you saying that a company, I can't remember which one, I'm not even going to mention it just in case, they gave you a pot of money, right, to make some changes in the business, right? And then all of a sudden said, oh no, we can't do that,
yeah.
and took it away from you, but you were still then given that role to say, you still got to make that change.
Well, that happens in the corporate world. I mean, let's be real. Whether you're a small business, a medium-sized business, or a corporation, a lot of times there's finance issues. There's a lot of stresses going on. And basically what took place, I can't believe you brought this up. I can't believe you brought this up. But at the end of the day, I had to survive that one too. Right. At the end of the day, I really had to get creative because it was a situation where they were about to go bankrupt. We had no money. And we were in a global team, an international team. And I still had to keep, it was an industry level change. And it was around the time of the electronic ticketing and a lot of things changing in the airline industry. So things just couldn't stop. You have cruise lines, you got hotels, you got travel agencies, you got people traveling, and the electronic ticketing still had to happen. We just didn't have all the money at the time, but nobody could know it. And that was one of the best things I felt good about once I came through on the other side. But it was quite nerve-wracking when they talk to you in finance department. You know how you have all the different silos and issues and dynamics and games and politics going on. And at the end of the day, they're looking at you saying, we just want you to know you got to keep that team going. And I really had some of the key players in global distribution and a lot of the impact of thousands of agencies, thousands of people, hotels, everybody. And we made it through. As you know, electronic ticketing did take place. The little tickets started talking to each other, so you didn't have to run to the counter to get paper. But I did survive, and yes, that did happen, and that was true. You were remembering correctly. I got to be careful what I tell you, though. Okay? But I tell it on the air.
Oh my goodness. Do you know what, Donna, the kind of stories that you have told me, again, off camera, I have been absolutely astonished. But do you know what really stands out to me? And again, one of the ways that you've made your mark is that all these different kind of issues, challenges that you've had in the corporate world, right? You've now brought over in the business world. You have learned those lessons the hard way, right? Because when it comes to business owners and entrepreneurs and building their business and scaling up, guess what? They're still going to come across those challenges, right? And you've proven that you're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. You're going to get creative, right? You're going to be persistent because that's what it takes to be a business owner.
That's absolutely right, Kay.
And so at what point, I'm interested, at what point did you realize that the corporate world wasn't for you anymore? You had to go and start your own business?
Well, that too was a little bit of a challenge. The way the business came into my life and the way the corporate America went out of my life. When I decided to really start my own business, and I did that throughout my life at being young, you know, you have a side hustle, you start selling things out of the trunk of your car or doing.
Oh my God, side trunk of your car. Okay, do we need to go back in the day?
No, we're not going to go there. But as you grow and you go into corporate America and you move on, at the end of the day, there are some times where your business, you really have to be creative. You really have to think out of the box. At the end of the day, you really have to look at the relationships and how to keep moving forward to be successful. That corporate change happened for me when I retired. COVID came in place, and I still wanted to stay busy, be successful, and I felt I didn't reach my dreams and my goals.
Wow.
So I really didn't leave corporate in the normal way. I did end up departing, retiring, having a few moments of time, and then deciding to invest in myself, my quality life, wanting time, wanting freedom, and realizing I never really made my goals. A 45-year plan didn't work.
Oh, wow.
Okay, because about 40 years I've been in corporate. So anybody that's really interested in being successful, wanting more in life, being an entrepreneur and running a business, an organization, small, medium, or large, it's tough, but it's definitely worth it. I have learned so much, and you can give so much to the community in the world when you find yourself, your passion, and you continue to succeed and push on. You're going to get there as long as you keep moving forward.
Absolutely. And again, one of the main points that I've kind of noticed in what you just said is even though you spent 40 years in corporate, you didn't stop. You didn't stop looking for your passion and finding your passion and going for your passion. Right? Because a lot of people in corporate at that moment when they spent so many years there, just kind of stick with it and be like, oh, I've only got a few more years, I'll just stick it out until retirement. But you said, no, I'm not going to do that. So what was going on there for you to say, I'm not just going to settle, I'm actually going to go for my dreams and my goals?
I think it's something intrinsic within me, and it's there with everyone if they really realize it and take the time and tap into it. That motivated me that I wanted more in life. I wanted more than just the check. I wanted more than just the recognition and the challenges and everything and the dynamics that you have in corporate America. I wanted to give more to my aunt, who I'm a caretaker for. I wanted to make sure that she had a quality place to stay. I wanted to make sure she had the right care for myself coming into the aging now. Remember, I'm retired. I'm looking at the world. I'm looking at what's happening in the world and in the United States. I want to make sure I got enough coins, as they call it today. I wanted to make sure that I had freedom. I wanted to make sure that I still could maintain and succeed and even go past what I accomplished for my quality of life. I think that's what really motivated me, but I never really found my true purpose. I think that's the big thing from the intrinsic standpoint. What's my purpose? Why am I here? Did I succeed? Did I fulfill the plan? I don't think I've really fulfilled the plan. The plan is now coming into fruition and reality now. I'm starting to touch more lives. I'm starting to give back from what I've learned. There's so much that I've learned from the personal, the spiritual, the business, and a lot from corporate America, where now it's important with what's happening to be full and in alignment as a person. I think that's what really started driving me going forward, is that completing my purpose in life, it was something intrinsic, and that helping other people get to where they need to be.
Wow, that is awesome. Oh my goodness. But I've got to ask you a question, Donna. I have to ask you, are you okay to maybe get a little bit vulnerable and just kind of just say it how it is? Because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are probably asking this question and gone through it themselves as well.
Yeah, what is
that
it?
Okay? I know you keep it real.
I'm gonna keep it real, but I've never really kept it real on a podcast like this. But it's you, Kay, so I'll do it for you.
Oh, thank you.
What is the question? Okay.
When you decided to transition from corporate and really go all in and finding out what your passion is and helping others, were you scared?
Yeah, I was scared. I'm still scared. Talking to you. No, let me be serious. Yes, there's a level of fear. And I thought about a person I knew in my past that used to tell me, feel the fear and do it anyway. I think it was a book as well.
Yeah.
And I kind of get stuck in the fear sometime, like others probably, but I try not to stay there too long. Yes, there was some fear.
Wow. Okay.
And so nervousness is there.
Right. Okay. And I guess when your entire entrepreneur life and the business and building it, that doesn't ever stop. Right? The fear, the nervousness doesn't ever stop. Right? I mean, I have been doing this for a while now. And because as a business owner and an entrepreneur, you always want to get to the next level and the next level and the next level, right? Continuously coming out of your comfort zone, right? Because we want that next challenge. We want to get better. We want to serve more. We want to be, better as business owners, as human beings, and serving our clients the best way that we can. It doesn't stop. And so what kind of ways, or what's your mechanism of getting around the nerves and being scared and still keep going?
I think for me, to minimize the fear and the nervousness is just to realize my worth and my value. And that took a shift in some work and
Yeah.
also meeting people like you.
Oh.
I've learned so much from you, Kay. I've watched you, observed when we've had our chats and how we've met and networking as business owners.
Mhm.
And the way you have been so successful and how you relate to people and share your gift. And I think watching others being able to be successful and come through the fear and implement their ideas and their goals, and listening to business advisors and coaches
Mm.
and reading and learning and growing and keeping your mind open, the more you feel the fear and do it anyway, it lessens a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. It's not at the same level it was, but it's still there. I
Absolutely.
think as long as you surround yourself with quality people like yourself and the business that you have with your podcast agency, and really keep your mind open to new things and new opportunities and treasure the relationships that you've been able to develop as you're an entrepreneur, and then seize those opportunities for the benefit of others, you're in a
Mm.
win-win situation.
Oh my goodness. I love the way you just said that. You just rounded that up really nicely. And again, the one thing that I took away from that was making sure you have the right people around you. And you've mentioned this to me before as well, again off camera, right? Making sure you have the right people around you, right? And observing them, see how they do it, how this fits in, because you are very particular of the people that you work with. And there's nothing wrong with that. We should all be very particular, right?
I've learned to cleanse my space and I've learned to open the door for new people that are really supportive, positive, and passionate about what they're doing and not about the small pieces and the small things and the small minds. The mindset of the people that I'm around now, such as yourself, is a different mindset at a higher level. And that's where I really belonged in the beginning. If you
Wow.
surround yourself around negative people, a lot of haters, a lot of people that
Mhm.
put you down constantly and don't believe in you or don't want to believe in you for whatever dysfunctional reason, sooner or later, you're going to believe it. You
Yeah.
need to clean your circle. I learned that from listening to you with some of those conversations, but more importantly, getting the right people around you, fishing the right pond. And as you get around the positive people who are around you in your network, you start seeing your value.
Yes.
Value becomes your network. That is very true.
Hmm.
Your value changes as you do joint ventures in your network and you see different relationships and you start making connections or you connect other people together. And watching you and some of the advisors that I have in my life and being so honored to be asked to come on your podcast and discuss these things for our customers, our audience, our friends, or anybody that's willing to listen and take the time. I think it brings so much value if everybody would support each other and just love and be just. The world would be a lot better place.
Most definitely. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Now, at this point, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Okay, we're going to have a little bit more fun and we are going to do the Make Your Mark challenge. Okay,
Okay.
we will be going to a bit more in depth about this topic after this, but let's have a little bit of fun. Let's shake it off because this is serious talk. We're all having serious talk, right? And so, just to kind of explain what Make Your Mark challenge is. So it's to go with the same name as a podcast, right? The Make Your Mark podcast. And that is people that have made their mark in business, right? The brands that we have come to know, come to love, that we use on a daily basis, whether it's at home or in our businesses, but they have made their mark. Because as business owners and entrepreneurs, that's what we're all here to do. This is one of the reasons why people get on podcasts, right? Because they want to get their name out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what this challenge is, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, Donna. Okay, 30 seconds to name as many different brands, companies, businesses that we have come to know and love. And at the end of the season, which is 3 months, I do this with every single one of my guests, whoever names the most brands, companies, and businesses in those 30 seconds will receive a gift from me. Okay, so are you up for the challenge?
Yes, I'm up for the challenge. I'll try to talk fast.
The only thing I ask is no Googling. People have
I'm
asked
not
me,
gonna
can we
Google.
Google?
Raise my hand. I'm not Googling.
Awesome. And so what I'm going to do is set the timer.
Okay.
Okay. And we are going to get started. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Google, Apple, Microsoft, Hilton, Marriott, Sheraton, Ritz-Carlton, Hertz, Budget. Did I say Apple? Why am I going blank? Macy's, Alexander's, that's going too far back. Nordstrom's, Lord and Taylor's, New York Telephone, AT&T, Verizon, Verizon Wireless, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts,
And
American
that's it.
Airlines.
Time is up. Oh my
I
goodness.
didn't do well. I didn't do well with that, did
No,
I?
it looks like you have done very well. Actually, I am just going to get the scores up. Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
That's not a
That
lot.
is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. But you know what is funny? Because when I do this with guests, right?
Yeah.
And they're all business owners. All the guests that come onto the show are all business owners, entrepreneurs. We know so many different brands, so many different business companies.
Yeah, I should have said your podcast. Podcast and make your podcast.
Right? But the minute we put a timer to it, our mind goes completely blank.
Yeah,
You know?
it did. After all these years, I'm pretty old. Go ahead.
But no, that was awesome. And so what will happen is at the end of the season, I will send an email to every single guest to let them know what their scores are, who the winner is, and then we'll take it from there. And the winner will actually receive a prize from myself for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for taking part in this challenge. That was exciting. That was a little bit of fun. I hope you found that fun as well.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So going back to the episode and talking about, diversity, being a business owner, entrepreneur, and you have faced a lot of different things on your journey, as, most of us do. And so what do you think are some of the pitfalls that business owners are falling into that you're probably thinking, well, no, if they keep doing that, they're never going to be successful in business?
Some of the pitfalls that take place on the entrepreneurial side. Some entrepreneurs are not paying attention to systems, processes, which are really important to the foundation of a business and the ability to scale.
Okay.
If you don't have a system in place or a process in place, or look at what you're doing so you can be more efficient and effective with your time, your customer, your value, and your product, in time, it's not going to work.
Yes.
Keeping up with what's changing in the world, in technology. Technology is very important.
Yeah.
If you're still doing business like it was done 30, 40 years ago, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, it's not going to move you into the future. It's not going to give you the ability to be sustainable and really meet the needs of your customers and their pain points, or provide solutions to your clients. So that would be a pitfall, especially with all the changes that are taking place in the digital space with Web3 coming in, NFTs, and how important that's going to be successful. I think the other piece is pitfalls is that we rely so much on ourselves and what we can do and what we can provide. We don't look at joint ventures, other people's marketing, other people's manufacturing, other people's products. Instead of trying to take the time to procure products or do quality control ourselves or locate ingredients and start a new line, think big. Even think in a way, here's an example. I love this example. You have Nordstrom's and you have Lord and Taylor's.
Right.
Your big department stores. I don't mean to really try to push either one of them,
Right.
but your big department stores,
Hmm.
and they all carry main brands. They all carry perfumes, they all carry cosmetics, clothes, but they're name brands. There's some benefits of taking someone else's brand and wrapping it around you to elevate you in what you provide to the world with your way, your flavor, your
Right.
style, and who you are with your purpose. And sometimes that will move us even further.
Mm.
I think, lastly, not being able to utilize or understand social media, traffic,
Right.
lead magnets, and all the technology that I learned recently
Yeah.
myself, that
Mm.
I added to my business that's really propelled me forward, meeting all the fantabulous people that I have met, such as yourself. Because without you and some of the team, I wouldn't be here.
Amazing. And do you know what? It's funny because all those points that you have mentioned, not only have you gone through it and come out of it the other side, but you're now able to help your clients through it, right? Because you can see, if people's patterns of behavior, if they carry on doing the things that they want to do rather than things that they need to do, it's not going to get them to the place where they want to, right? And so where you have your brand, right? You help people through life, health, wealth, and their careers, right? You believe that it can be reimagined and redesigned because you've done it yourself. Donna, you have done this yourself, and this is where you really help your clients in all of those kind of areas that you've just spoken about. And so tell us a little bit about reimagined and redesigned and what that means to you and your clients.
Well, what that means to me and my clients is that when I have a client and when we're talking, I'm able to really look at what their goals are,
Yeah.
what they share, what their purpose or where they are now and where they want to go. Sometimes it's in the health arena. It can
Mm,
be a healthcare provider, a fitness business that needs technology, that wants additional products. They still want to have ancillary income when their client walks out the door,
right.
whether they have to shut down their business or stop operations, or if something happens where they really can't do the work anymore, they need additional income, ancillary income, or something different. But sometimes it's more personal. There
Mm,
may be how I really came into the business. My passion is helping other clients sometime on the personal side, on the self-care side, to
right.
really look at the anti-aging area or different areas that might improve their health. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have your wealth. If you don't have your health, you
Right.
can't improve your business. So a lot of times it's more personal. But from the business standpoint and keeping it there, when you look at the digital, when you look at quality products and some of the systems and processes that are in place that I can share with them, provide to them to help them scale their business or move forward, or even just the education or the experiences that I've had, that really helps them redesign their life or reimagine their life, even because you can't redesign it until you know it can be one.
Right. Yeah. So you get people dreaming again because people lose sight of that. They forget about the dreams and the goals they had when they were much younger, right? And they kind of go through the process because that's what they've done and that's all they've known. And that's, it's happened for years and years. But you're kind of saying, no, hold on a second. Let's take a few steps back. Let's start dreaming again and really create the life that you want.
If you can just take the time to dream, no
Mm,
matter what's happened to you. Everybody gets their knocks, everybody gets put down, got laid off, have financial issues, have a divorce, just things happen in life as they do. But once you really recognize, I got to make a change, that's the first thing. You
right.
feel the fear, you do it anyway, or you're upset, you're angry, this happened to you. I don't want to use SNAP. I don't want to get assistance. I don't want to go anywhere for human services or whatever the situation is. Because I've been in all those kind of different situations through life, being unemployed or transitioning.
Mhm.
But once you realize, I got to make a change, I got to do something better, I got to transform, and you decide to do that and get your head in the game, your
Yeah.
heart's going to follow. or
Right.
just follow your heart or where it is, and you got to move that along, but follow your head right then. You know you got to get off the pity pot. Once you decide to do that, you recognize I've got to make the change. What do I want to do? What are the possibilities? How can I get there? You look at your resources, your network, and then you have to make some decisions and be intentional.
Yeah.
Because without making the appropriate decisions for change, you can't do anything. And then it needs to happen quickly as possible with all the right people around you, the right resources around you, and then give your time to yourself to take care and then bring in the resources that you need and the right people to help you move forward. That has really helped me continue to persevere and pursue and really connect in a manner that would be successful to help me survive in some ways, but
Right.
also thrive, because it does
Mm.
come to a point where you thrive, you get to the other side. As long as you keep moving towards the target, you get there.
Yes, exactly. It's just taking those little small steps every single day to make sure you actually achieve the biggest goal that you have. That is awesome. Now, Donna, I know that at this point people are thinking, oh my goodness, how do I get hold of Donna? I need to speak with her. I need to learn from her. So where can they go to connect with you?
Well, there's a couple of places that help them in the same way that I mentioned.
Mm,
One of them is going to be bestsocialmediaideas.com,
okay.
best social media ideas on the digital side, and the Health Guide Journal. The Health Guide Journal, if someone's more interested on the self-care, health, or wants to improve the quality of their health.
Ah,
Um, and if you have some fitness businesses or any physicians out there that really want to maybe have a signature program,
mm,
help their clients and improve some protocols and do a little bit more in lifestyle medicine, integrative or functional, then turnkey wellness solutions would be a good place.
amazing.
But at the end of the day, I'm really here to have the chat with you,
Mhm.
help where I can. Right now, people are in different places and spaces. From a business standpoint, you got to hang in there. You got to keep taking one step at a time. There's ups and downs, but sooner or later, there's going to be more ups than downs, and the
Right.
success is going to follow, and the scale and the people that need to be in your circle and network will appear. And as long as you're prepared at the time of the opportunity, then you keep moving forward. So you have to stay open and with the times of technology.
Wow, that is awesome. And guys, I urge you, go to those links. They will be in the show notes below. So if you've missed them, go scroll down, go ahead and, learn from Donna, connect with her, find out more on how she can help you. Go get your downloadables, go and reach out to Donna because you will not regret it. Donna, before we go, I've got one more question to ask you. And I
Yes.
ask every single one of my guests this.
Yes.
As a business owner and entrepreneur yourself, why did you decide that guest podcasting will be one of the ways that you would market your business, your products and services?
I think guest podcasting is one of the best ways to expose your businesses in today's world, whether you
Mm,
have multiple streams of income or one business. And working with someone like you, I feel safe. I feel that it would be presented in an authentic way. And you have a serious reputation and audience, that people that care and that really want to contribute and provide value to the world. I don't speak on every podcast. It's very important to me that I align myself in everything that I do with the best, those with integrity, and those that are effective in what they do. You have one of the best podcast agencies, and it even helped me learn how to handle a podcast, what to do in the planning of it, and my one sheet, and just so many different things. So, if you really want to get into podcasting, whether you want to guest or you want to produce, I really recommend that you contact Kay Suthar, because I wouldn't be sitting here with her, trusting her with my life, right now, broadcasting the good, bad, and the ugly, because you're doing the good, bad, and the ugly, but that's okay. I've enjoyed it. I'm having a good time. It's been an honor, but I think the world of you, Kay. So when you invited me, I could not say no. I think podcasting is the way to go with only certain people and only certain podcasts, and you were one of them, and I think the world of you. You can trust Kay, contact her for any of your needs in podcasting guests, or if you want to do any productions, she's going to show you the way. She knows the ropes and she has the right contacts. She's got her network. Check her out.
Oh my goodness, Donna, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show. You are absolutely awesome. Thanks
Thank you for having me. Thanks again.
Thanks for listening to Make Your Mark podcast at www.makeyourmarkpodcast.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get this and every other episode that comes out. We have lots of great stuff coming, so make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And thank you in advance for all the reviews and comments. I appreciate it so much, and I look forward to serving you in next week's episode.